know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
Those weekend golf guys. We are back. John Ashton here. Tara Bassett with us, of course, live from the Golf Cave at Otter Creek. It is none other than Mr. Jeff Smith. And with us on the phone, Mr. Mike Jones from Tour View Golf. First off, Mike, live from Florida somewhere. Are you not?
Orlando.
Nice golf courses there, Mike.
Oh, yes, they're beautiful. They're wet today. We've had a lot of rain here the last few days.
Oh, poor baby. I'm sorry, we just have no...
Sorry, we don't mind it.
Yeah, we have no sympathy for people who live in...
And here's Jeff, who says he's teeing off at Pebble Beach, and now we find out it's the virtual Pebble Beach at the Golf Cave. I was really envious there for a minute, Jeff.
Okay, it's a nice view here. He's not quite Orlando, Florida, like Mike's got, but that's all right.
Yeah, he's still...
Mike, what's your favorite course there? Where do you spend most of your time playing golf?
Oh my gosh, there's so many really nice courses here. Each row is beautiful. Love it there. There's just an enormous amount of courses. You know, you can go for months and play new courses. I like them all. You know, they're all fun. And Twin Rivers, I played out there for quite a while. Love the people there, and just a beautiful track.
He just wants to make sure he doesn't get badmouthed by anybody saying, hey, you didn't mention us on the radio, so you're not playing here anymore, Mike.
That's right.
We're going to need more time, John, if I'm going to mention everyone down here.
Trying to be as politically correct as possible. I do want to let everybody know, and you can... right now, if you want to, go to thoseweekendgolfguys.com or our Facebook page at facebook.com/golfguys and follow along with us here as we talk about the head and body stabilizer from Tour View Golf that Mike made up in his own little head.
Wow.
And then I believe you made the first ones in your garage somewhere or something, didn't you? I mean, this is cool.
That's correct. Yes, sir. I sure did.
But now you stole the idea from your wife, if I understand the story correctly.
Yes, this unit is real simple to use. It just clips on the brim of a player's hat, and as you look through two eye holes at the ball, it turns to one circle. Mm-hmm. So as the player makes a swing, they see for themselves any movement that they make. You know, without a camera, and without someone holding their head, which is what I've seen just my whole life. Teachers holding the player's head, keeping them stable.
Right.
This unit is the fact. So very simple to use and very effective. This is our first year, and we've got over 200 universities and colleges that are training in this Tour View. And a lot of great teachers are giving positive feedback about it.
I can see where it would be very good because, as I mentioned to you in a conversation we had the other day, I haven't taken it out to the course to use it yet, but I have used it in my living room. And even there, just playing with my putter and that little automatic putting green with the automatic ball return that I've got in there, I realized that I was moving. And
yeah, that's the thing. The feedback, is instant. Naturally, you've got it on while you're hitting, and that seems to be the common statement is that wow, I'm sure moving a lot. Mm-hmm. Because this is basically an eye stabilizer, really, as you look through it. And if you move a half inch, you'll see it.
And Tara has just proven that if you're not wearing a hat, you can hold it in your teeth.
Does it matter if you hold it upside down or right side up, Mike?
Yes, you're exactly right. Wow. I have not had a person say that before, but in my patent, that was one of the things with a mouthpiece. That's pretty good. Wow, she's sharp as a tack.
I could play.
We're going to have to get together.
I could play football and golf at the same time with my mouthpiece and my views.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic.
So, Jeff, how many guys do you run into up there whose problem is basically too much head movement to come back to where they're supposed to be?
I got a lot of that. And, one of the things, besides beating people upside the head with a swim noodle, we can use other instruments. We can use golf clubs to beat people upside the head with, as you have well known by playing golf with me.
Yeah, I still have the scars, yes.
But no, really, that is one of the biggest problems that exist out there. is that an awful lot of people out there that they're not really doing a great job of rotating their bodies. They kind of drift around a little bit. Their spine tilts side to side. Their head goes, in different places, and they can't tell.
Yeah.
So can you imagine having a device like this that you can tell? You can see it. Clip it right on your hat. You look right through the spectacles there, and you get to see exactly where the ball is. The view of it. The essentially a spot and a line of where you ought to be maintaining. And I'm sure you can see it, John. You've said you've used it. I have yet to try this thing. And it looks pretty darn interesting.
And it works. I will tell you, every time I see something like this, I go, okay, here's somebody else with an idea. But this actually does exactly what the little card that it comes attached to says it's going to do. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised that it, A, worked the way it was supposed to work, and B, that it helped me. Because as I'm going to get in a little greater detail later, but, again, I found out that I was, rather than turning, I was swaying.
Yes. And, there's one other thing, too, and I think Jeff will attest to this. A lot of times players that address the ball and their chin is in too close to their chest, they'll rotate back, and, of course, the shoulder will move the head.
Right.
And they usually don't feel it. I have some of the teachers telling me that, the head position is the toughest thing to fix because as people move, they don't realize they're moving. But with this unit now, you can actually adjust the head or adjust the spine angle, and it's very simple to do. Once you set the unit up and you have that stereo circle, you can pull the unit down, and it's just a small amount. It's like ½ inch so typically. And what will happen is the player will automatically lift their chin so that they're continuing to see the ball in the center of the circle. So now you've corrected the spine angle. You've helped the player adjust to rotate freely, and you get to see any movement that you make during the swing. And the design of this unit is set up so that once you strike the ball, you just simply look past the clip, and that's how you follow the ball in flight. So you don't have to take it off. In other words, once you can stand out and train in this all day, you can practice in it as long as you want. And once you have that setting, so you're building the muscle memory.
Is there any difference between the set that has the round eyepieces and the one that has the rectangular eyepieces?
Yes. Now the rectangle, that unit. Basically putting.
For putting.
And as it turns out, of course, you can hit in it also, and I'll tell you how. When you use the rectangle unit, and it's tour view alignment is what it's called, you have the rectangle is about 3 feet long by 11 to 12 inches wide. And as you address the ball, if you use a string line coming from the hole and, through the backside of the ball, now you know that your eye line is perfectly aligned on the hole. For hitting, it's pretty cool because you can take a lineup rod, everyone has them now, the lineup sticks or the rods, and you can align that on target. Now, as you address the ball, you put the alignment rod on the outside of this rectangle, and now you know that your eye line is dead on the target. And once again, this unit is extremely simple to use as the regular tour view. And I don't know if there's any device out there that will ensure that your eye line is perfectly on the target.
You see, I don't use the sticks. I just bring Jeff with me, and he keeps saying left, further left.
Jeff can instantly detect unwanted movement in your golf swing. That's what it says on the package.
That club movement to detect too.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that club he's holding over your head, too. So.
That's what it says on the box that Jeff Smith comes in.
What I've found out about those alignment sticks, they are so good is using as whipping people with those. And they make that really scary whipping sound through the air right before the flesh gets hit.
That'll
unbelievable sound.
It's almost as bad as a wet noodle, right, John?
It leaves more of a mark. Trust me. Trust me on that.
And he seems like such a nice, easygoing guy too.
I know.
You know what?
Yeah, but sign up
the radio.
Don't let appearances fool you.
Sign up for lessons with him, and he becomes a slave driver. Let me tell you, Mike. This has been on the market now for what, about a year? This product?
Yes, close to a year. Yes, I started out just with universities and colleges, and that was my goal, was to get it out to young people, because I truly believe that these units are going to create some of the best ball strikers that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
You can take a complete beginner with this unit, put it on, explain to them, all you're trying to do is keep the ball in the center of the circle, and they'll stand there and hit the ball pretty solid. Once they, it may take a few swings to calm down, to stay a little more stable. But once they catch on to it, it's simple. With the children, it's really fun because it's just a game. They're looking at the ball with a circle around it, and the game is keep the ball in the center of the circle, and they'll stand there and just click it, just beautiful.
Yeah, just hit it. It makes such a beautiful sound when you do it right. And like I said, and I've got a story I'm going to relate when we get back from the break here in a little bit. But I will just let you know that it absolutely allowed me to hit probably one of the best shots in my life, because it wasn't. I'm not going to say I put this on and immediately hit the best shot of my life, but learning by wearing this gadget, the TourView Golf piece, that I was swaying more than turning. Yeah. I was able to work at turning rather than swaying, which has allowed me to, in your very own perfect words, strike the ball more crisper than normal. And
you're hard pressed to find a teacher out there that can tell you to keep your eyes focused on the ball, and most are going to tell you to keep your head stable. Well, that's basically what this unit does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it makes it again, it's simple because you can use it anywhere. For people that are training at the office, just swinging at their home, you can be using this device because it gives you that feedback. Right. Instantly.
Well, all the feedback I got was in my living room. Like I said, I have yet to take this. I have yet to take this out to a golf course.
Okay, so Mike and Jeff, my question then becomes: was this John's greatest hit of his life actually in his living room, or was it on the virtual Pebble Beach? Because it sure as hell wasn't on the golf course.
Oh, ye of little faith!
Well, Jeff is hitting him with a lot, so it might have just been in his imagination. That shot. That's right.
Yeah, that's called the inner game of golf, right?
I'd like this man. I'd like this man. I'd like this man.
Okay, all y'all can go somewhere else every Saturday from now on. I can do this by myself, people.
We're just teasing. We're just teasing you, John. We love you. What I really love is the fact
John,
that
I don't know you that well, but I love you
too. Good job, Mike. We'll placate him a little bit more.
We love you just so we can continue to do this.
What I want to know about this TourView Golf Head and Body Stabilizer is, where can we actually get it?
Well, here's a deal.
What?
You can go right now to thoseweekendgolfguys.com/sponsors.
Yes.
And you can not only see what this is and see some videos of how it works, but you can get one for about $10 off what they normally sell for.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic.
Because of Mr. Mike Jones' generosity.
Mike, does that take money out of your children's college fund?
No, they're doing fine. They're doing great.
So go to
and these units are polycarbonate too, by the way. So they're very, very durable,
indestructible. So thoseweekendgolfguys.com, we can go to the website and just order them up, and they're $10 less than any place else.
Yes.
Wow, what a deal!
How about that, huh?
I'm going to go order one.
Well, you've got one right here.
Oh, do I get to keep this one because I put my mouth?
It's been in your mouth. You're not going to give it back to me.
Yeah, you're going to need to get a hat.
I have hats.
But stay by the phone. I'm going to call you because I've got a couple other ideas, and you sound like the lady that could help me with them.
I sure can. I'm the gal with the answers. I'm the chick on those weekend golf guys and a chick.
Oh, you got to have some chicks.
Yeah,
no doubt.
You do. You do.
I wanted to mention one other thing, if I may,
sir.
about the alignment unit that I find interesting, and I think teachers and a lot of coaches are finding this interesting. You can actually stand behind the student with a TourView alignment, and when they're using the lineup rods or the string line, which I highly recommend both of those, the instructor can actually see if your eye line is perfectly on target from behind you.
Ooh.
So that's kind of a cool little addition with the alignment unit, that you as the instructor can see it also.
So then Jeff can start screaming from behind you, left, left, left.
Yeah, that's right.
Your other left.
Fantastic. Mike, shameless self-promotion. How do folks check it out? You have a website or something people can go to right now?
Yes, tourviewgolf.com.
There you go.
And they can check out, they'll see a couple of videos, how to use the alignment unit. There's a video to show the stereo containment circle with a regular tour view. And, of course, can always call if they have any questions. I invite that. I don't mind at all. I love to have the questions.
Fantastic. And you'll be around for the PGA show next January, or do you leave town when the crowds come in?
No, I'll be there.
All right. We'll probably try to hopefully be warmer this year than last. We'll find some place we can all go play some golf and show you how well we strike the ball after 6 months of using the TourView Golf head and body stabilizer. Mike Jones, we appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys. I sure appreciate it. You have fun, and I love your show, and I like to think that that's what Tour View is all about also, because when you're hitting the ball solid, you're having fun.
Ain't you, though? Ain't it the truth?
Thank you, Mike. You're fantastic. Thanks for the Tour View Golf head and body stabilizers.
Look forward to talking to you guys again.
Yeah, she'll say hello, but her mouth is full.
I have it back in my mouth, so I have to stabilize the microphone.
Mike Jones, Tour View Golf. Thank you, man. We are those weekend golf guys. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
Welcome back to the No Monthly Mortgage Payment Show.
No doubt you've heard the programs and commercials talking about reverse mortgages. You know, with the famous actors, or they used to be famous actors, telling you how you can eliminate your monthly mortgage payment, still own your home, and live the life of your dreams. Well, most of it's true, but you need to get all the facts. Call now for 7 secrets of reverse mortgages. Call 800-335-9492. This simple-to-read brochure includes information about possible hidden fees, which program benefits you and not the bank, and how to negotiate better terms. Let's put a stop to all the games. Call now to get the facts. Operators are standing by. Call 800-335-9492. That's 800-335-9492. 800-335-9492.
Hi, I'm John Ashton of those Weekend Golf Guys. You know, I'm a 50-something, slightly overweight, slightly out-of-shape guy who plays golf more often than my body can take every week. The walk back to the car after a round is usually a little slow because of some nagging aches and pains. Now, if you're saying to yourself right now, oh, yeah, tell me about it, John, I want to recommend something I've been using that works wonders. It's called The Stick. The Stick is a self-massage tool. It's used by all the major U.S. Olympic training centers, by the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. Also used in hospitals for physical therapy. Chiropractors use this thing, massage therapists, and a whole lot of other healthcare professionals. There's even a golfer out in Washington State carries it in his bag, and he says his legs and his back start to tire at the end of a round. He uses the stick, and it makes him feel fresh, mentally and physically, just like at the start of the round. So we highly recommend you try the stick. In fact, you can check it out right now at thoseweekendgolfguys.com/sponsors and get all the details and ordering information.
Reporting from the eye of the storm. This is the worst weather we've seen in quite some time, folks. And I don't see any end in sight. People have been calling in from across the state complaining their basements are flooding. One guy said he now has an indoor swimming pool in his basement. I told him he needs the waterproofing innovations from Basement Systems. If you want a dry basement or crawl space that will weather any kind of storm, you need the patented solutions from Basement Systems. You've seen them on home makeover shows throughout the country. With a lifetime warranty, every solution is custom designed for your basement. Call now for a free estimate, and you'll never have to worry about storms like these again. I'm predicting this storm front is heading your way, so call Basement Systems and relax.
Call 800-330-1850 for your free in-home inspection, or visit basementradiooffer.com. That's 800-330-1850, or visit basementradiooffer.com.
There is no worse feeling in the world than standing at the airport baggage carousel after finally reaching your vacation destination, only to see every piece of luggage claimed and your golf clubs have yet to appear. After buying that expensive travel bag for your clubs and paying the extra fee to the airline, there's still no guarantee they'll actually arrive at your vacation destination. Well, you don't ever have to worry about that again. Use Golf Clubs Away. Golf travel just got easier with Golf Club Away. They rent premium Nike clubs to golf travelers for only $44. The clubs will be delivered to your hotel or directly to the course by 7 a.m. You'll have a complete set of the latest Nike clubs. It's a much better deal than resorts. There are no bags to check, no baggage for the airline to lose, no hassle, no worries, and they're awesome clubs. Just remember to pack your game. Premium Nike Golf Club rentals delivered to your course or hotel, only $44. Golf travel made easy from Golf Clubs Away. Check out those weekendgolfguys.com/sponsors for more details and ordering information. Those Weekend Golf Guys. John Ashton in studio. Tara Bassett with us here. And, of course, Jeff Smith from the Golf Cave at the Plain and Simple Golf School in Otter Creek. Jeff, we were talking about a little earlier, just a few minutes ago, to Mike Jones, Tour View Golf, about keeping your head straight and still. And everybody keeps saying, and you've mentioned this a few times on the show already, that a lot of people will say keep your head down, but that's not really accurate. You're supposed to keep your head still, correct?
Yeah. What you're looking for is never to keep it down, because down gets it in your way of your body rotation that you desperately need for power and accuracy. Mm-hmm. And so what we're looking for is you're looking to keep your head, at the top of your spine with the chin up so that you can rotate underneath. So you're going to keep your head, essentially, you're going to keep it in the middle. Right. And you're going to rotate around your spine a bit better.
Yeah, because a lot of us find our shoulders cutting into our chins, and that kind of ruins everything for everybody.
Yeah, it really does. But yet it's like this disease out there that people think they must keep their head down. And then you see all these people walking around with their chins tucked to their chest and their noses planted to the turf, and there's just no motion that happens with these people. And if you can't rotate, then all of a sudden you're just an arm swinger across your body, and boy, it doesn't work. Yeah. It just doesn't work. But yet so many people, John, they just continue to spit out, keep your head down, keep your head down, keep your head down.
Yeah. But then a lot of times,
it keeps me in business.
It's always good that there are folks not quite up to par, so to speak, in the teaching profession. Oh, man. I want to tell you a story. I mentioned, alluded to it a little earlier when we were talking with Mike Jones, but I've used the Tour View Golf stuff. And one of the things that it showed me, because, I got to admit, I looked at it and I went, okay, here's another little gimmick. But when I started just using it in my living room, just, with a fake swing and stuff, and what I found was that I was really moving to the right on my takeaway with my golf club. Uh-huh. And I started looking at it and realized that rather than turning when I started pulling the club away, I was actually swaying my hips to the right a little bit. My whole body was moving to the right, and then I'd turn, which kind of put me offline coming back.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, and after 50-some-odd years, I finally realized that, okay? I got to tell you a quick story. I'm not trying to brag much, but last Sunday, last Sunday we did the show out live at Chariot Run. Very nice golf course. One of the holes out there is a short par 4 that's a 90-degree dog leg to the right. Little 4 hybrid off the tee, put me right down, smack dab, and this is going to surprise you, in the middle of the fairway.
Ooh.
About 168 yards to the green. Now, you got a picture. It's 168 yards out. The green was elevated about maybe 25 feet above my position, and I was shooting into a 10-mile-an-hour wind.
Who is this man?
5-iron.
Really?
And I've got this new pre-shot routine now, thanks to all the counseling. I take 3 practice swings that are right. I mean, if I have to take 7 to get 3 that are right, I will do that. But 3 practice swings, so I feel good about it. I set up with the alignment that, you've counseled me to work on. And I hit one of those shots that you don't feel. You make contact with the ball and you hear
center face one.
Yes, you just hear that thwack. And the ball sails. Little bit of a minor draw. Could have been my swing. Could have been the wind. I don't know. Hit the green.
Oh boy, it's nice.
Yeah, hit the green, rolled about 8 feet toward the cup. And I got to tell you how good a shot it was. I was playing with our crack producer, Mark, and another friend of ours. And they were both stunned into silence. Neither of them said a word. So being a little professional wise guy that I am, I picked up my club, swung it around a little bit, and said, "Great shot, John. Thank you very much, guys," and walked off. Okay, but I mean, it's just a phenomenal thing.
Maybe they're standing there thinking their jaws hit the floor going, "Who is this man?"
Yes. Yes,
Love
indeed. It. All right, so
love it.
There we go.
So center face contact, good swing, everything was flush, just dead flush. 5-iron.
5-iron. Yep.
160 some yards.
Yep.
That's terrific.
Yep.
But I was impressed with you standing in the middle of a fairway on a 90-degree dogleg. That's fantastic. Great work.
I appreciate that too. Listen, we got to take a quick break. We will be right back. We are those weekend golf guys. Don't you move. Hi, I'm John Ashton of those Weekend Golf Guys. You know, I'm a 50-something, slightly overweight, slightly out-of-shape guy who plays golf more often than my body can take every week. The walk back to the car after a round is usually a little slow because of some nagging aches and pains. Now, if you're saying to yourself right now, "Oh, yeah, tell me about it, John," I want to recommend something I've been using that works wonders. It's called the Stick. The Stick is a self-massage tool. It's used by all the major U.S. Olympic training centers, by the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. Also used in hospitals for physical therapy. Chiropractors use this thing, massage therapists, and a whole lot of other healthcare professionals. There's even a golf route in Washington State carries it in his bag, and he says his legs and his back start to tire at the end of a round. He uses the Stick, and it makes him feel fresh, mentally and physically, just like at the start of the round. So we highly recommend you try the Stick. In fact, you can check it out right now at thoseweekendgolfguys.com/sponsors and get all the details and ordering information.
Reporting from the eye of the storm. This is the worst weather we've seen in quite some time, folks. And I don't see any end in sight. People have been calling in from across the state complaining their basements are flooding. One guy said he now has an indoor swimming pool in his basement. I told him he needs the waterproofing innovations from Basement Systems. If you want a dry basement or crawl space that will weather any kind of storm, you need the patented solutions from Basement Systems. You've seen them on home makeover shows throughout the country. With a lifetime warranty, every solution is custom designed for your basement. Call now for a free estimate, and you'll never have to worry about storms like these again. I'm predicting this storm front is heading your way, so call Basement Systems and relax.
Call 800-330-1850 for your free in-home inspection or visit basementradiooffer.com. That's 800-330-1850 or visit basementradiooffer.com.
If you're living with diabetes and have Medicare or private insurance, here is some great news. Call United States Medical Supply today, and we'll send you the smallest glucose meter in the world, absolutely free. So small, it fits right on the bottle of strips. And if you call now, we'll also send you this stylish full-featured meter at no charge. That's 2 free meters. You can keep one in your pocket and leave the other one at home.
You can even hook it up to your computer so your doctor can track your results.
United States Medical Supply also delivers prescription medication right to my door, so I don't have to go to the drugstore anymore.
Don't let diabetes get in the way of living. Give us a call today at United States Medical Supply and get the smallest meter in the world for free. Call today.
Call 800-418-4477. 800-418-4477. That's 800-418-4477. Call today.
There is no worse feeling in the world than standing at the airport baggage carousel after finally reaching your vacation destination, only to see every piece of luggage claimed and your golf clubs have yet to appear. You know, after buying that expensive travel bag for your clubs and paying the extra fee to the airline, you know there's still no guarantee they'll actually arrive at your vacation destination. Well, you don't ever have to worry about that again. Use Golf Clubs Away. Golf travel just got easier with Golf Club Away. They rent premium Nike clubs to golf travelers for only $44. The clubs will be delivered to your hotel or directly to the course by 7 a.m. You'll have a complete set of the latest Nike clubs. It's a much better deal than resorts. There are no bags to check, no baggage for the airline to lose, no hassle, no worries, and they're awesome clubs. Just remember to pack your game. Premium Nike Golf Club rentals delivered to your course or hotel, only $44. Golf travel made easy from Golf Clubs Away. Check out those weekendgolfguys.com/sponsors for more details and ordering information. Those Weekend Golf Guys. We are back. John Ashton here in studio with Tara Bassett, Jeff Smith, live from the Plain and Simple Golf School at Otter Creek in Columbus, Indiana. And that's it. Boy, it's kind of like a small crew at the moment here. I feel like there should be 5 or 6 other people we've been talking to because we've just been talking a whole lot so far today. But Jeff, so you were saying that earlier this week you have been spending a lot of your training time, your golf lesson time, out on the golf course.
I have. The golf course has been a little bit more open this week, allowing me a bit more time to take the students out there, to put them in situations.
Good.
And I found a few things to always be true that I can relate to you, that everybody listening to us will clearly understand. When I'm out there with someone and I throw a ball down into the same situation that they would hit it in to deal with that situation. For example, John, let's just say that you've played and you hit your ball into the trees. When you get to your ball on the golf course, when that's happened to you, Tara, listen closely, because I know that at some point you may experience this once.
It's a possibility, but rare.
It'll be a rarity in your experience. Right. So listen to John's experience on this. I'll describe it as such, and he can tell me whether I'm way off base here or not.
Wait a minute, Jeff. Not with my Tour View Golf head and body stabilizer. It won't happen to me.
That's right. It will rarely happen.
Okay, go ahead.
But let's just say that it happens to a friend of ours. Has happened frequently in the past. Ball's off the tee and it flies into the trees. What always happens is they carry a bunch of emotion with them. And they're irritated, upset, angry, embarrassed, you name it, disgruntled, pick a word and throw it at that, and that's the situation they find themselves in. But when I go out with them and I just throw the ball down into a difficult place to play from, and we're there for the purpose of learning what's the best way to get it out, they're never as irritated because they didn't hit it there. So I learn a lot about how a person actually reacts to their shot, telling me how that they cannot play without emotion. They get a little too stirred up about a shot, because invariably when I throw the ball there and then I just ask them, all right, how do you expect to get yourself out of this mess? The shot always turns out much better than the one that they hit in there themselves and bring all that emotion with them. Is that a fair assessment in your vast experience in such things, John?
Wow, that is a loaded question.
Is that a fair assessment of the emotion that you bring in with you, making it difficult?
On the advice of my attorney.
The abuse continues.
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that I might tend to incriminate myself.
Beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yeah, no, but I understand that, because, again, like you said, when you hit it in there, you're really ticked off for various and sundry, a veritable plethora of reasons. But if it's a learning experience and someone says, okay, let's go into the trees, here's the ball, get it out, then you approach it a lot more even-keeled, temperamental-wise, I would think.
Right. Your mind is in a much better place.
Yeah.
And so that's part of my playing lesson.
Oh, cool. Okay.
With them, is to let them understand that point very clearly, is that when you go into a place, wherever your ball may be, John, if you can't, the rules say that you're allowed to pick up the ball and identify it just to make sure it really is yours when you're in there. And you're allowed to go in and essentially figure out how you're going to get it out of there.
Right.
If you realize that if you can turn off your emotional switch well before getting to that ball, you can be honked off because you hit it in there.
Right.
But my suggestion to everybody listening to this, in the playing lesson aspect, aspect of it is saying, look, go into it like you didn't hit the ball in there, but it was like you thought about it when I threw it in that position. Much like I've talked to you before on the show about how to dismiss ownership of a bad shot.
Yeah.
You know, like blame somebody else.
Exactly. Wasn't
It's
me.
somebody else's shot. They hit it.
This must be Mark's ball.
Right. Except we know Mark's ball, Mr. Fairway, is rarely out of the fairway, so you may have to come up with a different name for that. You see, Mark has it down pat. You see, he's already Mr. Fairway, so if his ball happens to go out, he knows that that can be, say, John's ball.
I just want my ball to be the best ball on the fairway. Is that okay?
That's outstanding. That is the right mentality to have. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that we do when I take people to the golf course is talk about how they're feeling about what they're doing. Because if they're all stirred up one way or another, they're going to have a harder time hitting the next shot wherever it may be. Whether it be John's ball, my ball, Tara's ball, which is the best ball out there,
That's right.
and Mark's ball, which is always in the fairway. It doesn't matter. As long as you approach it with a clear head and a positive frame of mind, you have a much better chance at hitting your next shot very well.
You know, once again, with no overt attempt to brag, he said, Sunday's round, which I told you, I hit all but one fairway off the tee. Okay?
That's damn good.
And again, it
really is.
Amen to that, sister.
And this was at Champions?
Chariot
Run.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was just following what Mr. Jeff says to do, and realizing that I used to sway and now I turn. But we were playing with a gentleman who plays with us a lot, who let's just say out-hits us on a regular basis. Okay? And we were on the par 5 number 8 hole, and I hit a ball that basically hugged the left-hand side of the fairway, because and I did that on purpose because the fairway slanted from left to right. I didn't want to be too far right because then it would just roll into the rough. So I aimed down.
Was it a nice warm hug, or was it one of those uncomfortable, a little too long hugs?
Oh no, it was a nice warm hug.
Good for you.
It was like we've known each other for years hug. Okay. It was. I hit it right down the left-hand side, and it bounced in the fairway and started rolling to the right a little bit and wound up basically on a flat space in the middle of the fairway.
Cool.
About 25 yards past the guy who plays with us on a regular basis and out-hits us on a regular basis. And I was just sitting there in a cart. Kevin is his name. He was riding with Mark in the cart, and I was riding by myself. And I was just sitting right next to my ball, waiting for Mark to find his and hit it. And Kevin came walking down to my ball, fully intending to hit it.
Oh, my God.
Because it was the one farthest down the fairway. And I said, Kevin, that's me. And he went, yeah. And actually lined up to the ball. And I said, Kevin, that's me. And he looked at me and went, oh, yeah.
Did you pull out the super soaker and defend yourself?
I didn't have to, man. I've got attitude. And the attitude was coming across.
That's right.
And at which point he said, well, where am I? And I said, the other side of that super Walmart back there. Woo! I figured it happened so seldom I had to take the opportunity I had.
Take the shot, John.
Oh, about that.
Jeff, isn't this a gentleman's game?
On some days.
On some levels.
Oh, God. John's favorite acronym. Gentlemen only.
Ladies forbidden. And don't you forget it.
Oh, I won't.
No, I know. That's right. So anyhow, it's just it's just a few things that you've told me. First off, all of the tips on aligning, because and I am sure that I'm not the only dummy, but many of us who have been playing golf for a while really have no idea where we're going. Because even now, the way I know I'm aligned correctly is I think I'm aligned too far to the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on where you used to align yourself, which was pretty much on the next hole to the right. Yeah.
I say I'm going to hit this way to the left. It must be right, meaning correct.
Yes.
And I'm sure I'm not alone in that, and that and maybe we should do a little online video on just how to check that and how to overcome it, because it has helped me substantially. And the other thing I've done,
amazing thing is to recognize where you really are and to own the recognition of that, and to use your left shoulder as a, let's just call it a scope or a guide.
Yeah.
Kind of like a sight on a gun.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And the other thing, which you have mentioned at times, but I was, I'm not going to say not aware of or not paying attention to, but just didn't know how to deal with, is probably the real reason why I paid no attention to it. But trying to swing.
You sure it wasn't the "Shut up, Jeff" screaming in your head?
It's who the hell invited him again?
Oh my God.
But it's slowing down the swing. And one of the things that I know everybody who tries to tell people, and it's so confusing because the first time you tell them, they'll look at you with this dumb look on their face like, huh? But there's a difference between swinging fast and swinging hard.
Yes.
But not too many people can differentiate when they're trying to do it, whether they're accomplishing a hard swing or a fast swing. But it really doesn't matter. How many times have you said and have people heard, let the club do the work?
If you can rotate your body, sling your hands out as far as possible without trying to push the club nor trying to pull the club. It's somewhat of an arm and hand slinging motion out in front of you while rotating your body. Your club will be moving faster than you could possibly ever swing it by trying to use pushing force on the club. It's unbelievable.
And it sounds so much more better.
It is.
It's so much easier.
It is.
And I mean, we're going to track him down and see if he's around. We've had an author on a couple of years ago whose name escapes me, but he wrote a book on the golf gods, and their names were Timing and Tempo.
And John.
I haven't been elevated to god status yet, but I'm working on it.
How about goddess?
But wow. I mean, that's just so you make it smooth. You turn. You just when you do it right, it all works right. Ain't that funny how that works?
And you talk about stance all the time, Jeff, and that's something that I'm really trying to work on, is my stance and allowing my stance to help me make the hit.
Yeah, you really can, because when you are balanced and athletic and mobile and stable, it's amazing what you really can do without a lot of real effort and certainly without a lot of thought. But the people who stand over it in a way that don't allow motion and stability at the same time, they're essentially not putting themselves in a position to succeed, because everything happens at the beginning, and it sets you on a path, not necessarily the club path. Everything happens in a sequence of events, so to speak. And if you can do it athletically with speed and motion, you're going to be much happier.
You hold that thought. You hold that thought. You stay right where you're at. We will be right back. We are those weekend golf guys, don't you? There is no worse feeling in the world than standing at the airport baggage carousel after finally reaching your vacation destination, only to see every piece of luggage claimed and your golf clubs have yet to appear. After buying that expensive travel bag for your clubs and paying the extra fee to the airline, there's still no guarantee they'll actually arrive at your vacation destination. Well, you don't ever have to worry about that again. Use Golf Clubs Away. Golf travel just got easier with Golf Club Away. They rent premium Nike clubs to golf travelers for only $44. The clubs will be delivered to your hotel or directly to the course by 7 a.m. You'll have a complete set of the latest Nike clubs. It's a much better deal than resorts. There are no bags to check, no baggage for the airline to lose, no hassle, no worries, and they're awesome clubs. Just remember to pack your game. Premium Nike Golf Club rentals delivered to your course or hotel, only $44. Golf travel made easy from Golf Clubs Away. Check out those weekendgolfguys.com/sponsors for more details and ordering information. Hi, I'm John Ashton of Those Weekend Golf Guys. I'm a 50-something, slightly overweight, slightly out-of-shape guy who plays golf more often than my body can take every week. The walk back to the car after a round is usually a little slow because of some nagging aches and pains. Now, if you're saying to yourself right now, oh, yeah, tell me about it, John, I want to recommend something I've been using that works wonders. It's called the Stick. The Stick is a self-massage tool. It's used by all the major U.S. Olympic training centers, by the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. Also used in hospitals for physical therapy. Chiropractors use this thing, massage therapists, and a whole lot of other healthcare professionals. There's even a golfer out in Washington State carries it in his bag, and he says his legs and his back start to tire at the end of a round. He uses the Stick, and it makes him feel fresh, mentally and physically, just like at the start of the round. So we highly recommend you try the Stick. In fact, you can check it out right now at thoseweekendgolfguys.com/sponsors and get all the details and ordering information.
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month, based on what you can afford to pay. One quick 10-minute call could help you solve your student loan problems. So call right now. Not available in all states. Payments may vary based on income. 877-801-8832. 877-801-8832. 877-801-8832. 877-801-8832.
Welcome back to the No Monthly Mortgage Payment Show.
No doubt you've heard the programs and commercials talking about reverse mortgages. You know, with the famous actors, or they used to be famous actors, telling you how you can eliminate your monthly mortgage payment, still own your home, and live the life of your dreams. Well, most of it's true, but you need to get all the facts. Call now for 7 secrets of reverse mortgages. Call 800-335-9492. This simple-to-read brochure includes information about possible hidden fees, which program benefits you and not the bank, and how to negotiate better terms. Let's put a stop to all the games. Call now to get the facts. Operators are standing by. Call 800-335-9492. That's 800-335-9492. 800-335-9492.
Hi, I'm John Ashton of Those Weekend Golf Guys. You know, I'm a 50-something, slightly overweight, slightly out-of-shape guy who plays golf more often than my body can take every week. The walk back to the car after a round is usually a little slow because of some nagging aches and pains. Now, if you're saying to yourself right now, oh, yeah, tell me about it, John, I want to recommend something I've been using that works wonders. It's called the Stick. The Stick is a self-massage tool. It's used by all the major U.S. Olympic training centers, by the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. Also used in hospitals for physical therapy. Chiropractors use this thing, massage therapists, and a whole lot of other healthcare professionals. There's even a golfer out in Washington State carries it in his bag, and he says his legs and his back start to tire at the end of a round. He uses the Stick, and it makes him feel fresh, mentally and physically, just like at the start of the round. So we highly recommend you try the Stick. In fact, you can check it out right now at thoseweekendgolfguys.com/sponsors and get all the details and ordering information.
Those Weekend Golf Guys, this is John Ashton, and how many of us have been up early for the past few days and plan on getting up early again tomorrow for the Ryder Cup? And how many of us have been sitting back saying, who is this Victor Dubuisson, Frenchman guy? Well, we have no idea, but after his round on Friday afternoon, I think a lot of us are a little more impressed than we have been before. Although every time we see him, he's winning, which is just because that's any time we see him, he's winning, because they only show him when he's winning. Come on, John, you know how it works. Lee Westwood's got an opinion on Dubuisson, however.
It's very difficult to know what to make of Victor. He's quite shy. He's quite unpredictable. He's got a lot of flair. He's got tons of game. He's obviously good at match play, as he proved in Arizona at the start of the year. I think he'll settle into it well. I think he'll be a good team man, and he'll be a spark of energy, I think, as well.
And then the other question many of us had looking at the team as it was assembled prior to the beginning Friday morning at 2:30 a.m., I might add, of this year's Ryder Cup. I believe it's the 80th edition of the competition, was the number of rookies on the United States team. And one of those rookies who kind of blazed himself upon the whole PGA Tour scene this past season was Jordan Spieth. Jordan, he may be a rookie to the Ryder Cup, but he's been through this stuff before.
Last year's experience of playing in the President's Cup, that was at least international professional competition, and a lot of these guys are the same guys that were on that team. So, having played practice rounds and, gotten fitted for the Team USA clothes, last year at the President's Cup, it was just all eye-opening, getting things ready.
I think we really can all just justify and probably even survive one weekend every 2 years getting up at 2:30. Actually, it's every 4 years getting up at 2:30 in the morning because they play at normal hours when they come over here into the States. Finals happen tomorrow morning/afternoon, depending on what side of the Atlantic you are on. And we'll try to keep you up to date on that. We are headed out tomorrow to French Lick, and we'll be broadcasting tomorrow's show, which you can hear on many of these same facilities. Live from French Lick, West Baden Resort, the Pete Dye Golf Course, the site of this year's USGA Amateur Team Championships. One more very quick break. We'll be back with the final segment. Don't you go away. We are those weekend golf guys.
There is no worse feeling in the world than standing at the airport baggage carousel after finally reaching your vacation destination, only to see every piece of luggage claimed and your golf clubs have yet to appear. After buying that expensive travel bag for your clubs and paying the extra fee to the airline, there's still no guarantee they'll actually arrive at your vacation destination. Well, you don't ever have to worry about that again. Use Golf Clubs Away. Golf travel just got easier with Golf Club Away. They rent premium Nike clubs to golf travelers for only $44. The clubs will be delivered to your hotel or directly to the course by 7 a.m. You'll have a complete set of the latest Nike clubs. It's a much better deal than resorts. There are no bags to check, no baggage for the airline to lose, no hassle, no worries, and they're awesome clubs. Just remember to pack your game. Premium Nike Golf Club rentals delivered to your course or hotel, only $44. Golf travel made easy from Golf Clubs Away. Check out those weekendgolfguys.com/sponsors for more details and ordering information. Those Weekend Golf Guys. John Ashton in studio. Tara Bassett with us here. Jeff Smith joining us live from the Golf Cave at Otter Creek in Columbus, Indiana. And when last we left, Tara was about to ask a question about balance and stability.
Yeah, I was really interested, Jeff, if you don't mind addressing this question. When you're talking about balance and stability, which apparently you can get from using the fabulous Tour View Golf Head and Body Stabilizer that Mike Jones invented and who we talked about. So with balance and stability, are you talking physically or mentally?
Well, that's a great question because I know what room you're sitting in right now.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so an appropriate question at the time.
This group, we need to know.
So outside the asylum, I'm really speaking about the physical setup of posture, balance. Basically I'm talking about, are you stacking your joints on top of each other in an athletic manner? Because if you can, then you're allowing yourself the best possible motion to make a good swing in balance, make a good strike, get good ball flight, and then the result is a much better balanced approach mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how the physical stability can have a direct result on the emotional stability. And now that we talk about that, certainly the people who are emotionally unstable in golf really suffer. So let's make sure that both physical and emotional stability is being addressed. The emotional stuff usually can be done. John, I think that you play with a bunch of guys that know how to emotionally stabilize themselves pretty well. I've played with John a few times.
They drink heavily.
And
That's
an
what
awful
they
lot
do.
of different people that I play golf with, they really know how to maintain their level of emotional, their peak, so to speak. And, some of them do it with breathing, but some of them really do it with drinking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or psychiatric drugs.
Thing along those lines.
It's called the Prozac golf rule.
No, but when you talk about that, because so many of us, like you say, you can see the swagger in crack producer Mark Hunter when he hits just another one of those drives down the middle, and everybody goes, "Oh, it's another one down the middle. Oh, how boring." But I think more often what you'll hear is maybe the good doesn't affect us as positively as the bad affects us negatively.
That's very confusing.
I think that's very true.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
That's very true.
Yeah. You hit one bad shot,
so
and it messes you up.
When I see people, I've made mention of this on a number of occasions to different students, but the truth is that mood is directly affected by ball flight.
Oh, yeah.
John, every time you hit a good drive in front of me, you are beaming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the opposite is also true.
Yes.
And at some point, I'm not sure whether you're going to scowl your way off the tee or you're going to be beaming as you walk up. It's you go back and forth every shot.
Yeah.
And
not anymore. Now that I decided to actually listen to you.
Well, that's a good decision.
We don't want any psychotic golf being played with Jeff Smith.
No, please spare me from that.
The Seven Faces of Eve, starring John Ashton.
But when you get to the 18th hole and you go, my goodness, I hit 3 birdies in this round.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy knows what he's talking about after all. Maybe he's not just another pretty face. Well,
I think that actually, being kind for a few moments, and it was actually the 3 Faces of Eve, starring John Ashton, not the 7. Anyway, John learns well, and when you teach him something, he not only remembers what it is, he can verbalize it, he can demonstrate it. And, those are 2 great things about a student, because if you can't verbalize it and demonstrate it, how in the heck can you actually put it into action?
You're right. That those are really key things, because there's an understanding phase, and there's a practical phase where they can make the attempt to do it, and then there's that really personal discovery phase of this is what it feels like, and then how they can describe that. Because when they can feel it, and then they can do it, and they know what that sense is, then they begin to own it, and the confidence comes out. John is a great example of that. Here he is today telling us about his success that was sustainable.
Yeah.
It wasn't just 2 swings, 3 swings in a row.
No.
This is actually sustainable throughout his round of golf. He's going to remember that.
And
he's going to remember the sensation of it.
This is on a tough course. I mean, the Chariot Run golf course associated with Horseshoe is not an easy course.
No,
it wasn't.
No, it's a good track.
It was good.
So he kicked some golf course butt.
And I also played links golf. Again, watching you pulled out a pitching wedge from about 15 yards off the green and put it to, well, let's just say close enough so that the cynics with which I played gave me the putt.
That was the last time he played St. Andrews, Jeff.
Even though it was for a birdie. And it's one of those, you birdie number 18, you know you're going to come back.
You're smiling.
You know you're going to come back.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, I just have a quick question. Just, as John says, shameless self-promotion. Plain and Simple Golf School located at Otter Creek, a great golf course in Columbus, Indiana. How hard is it to get on your golf schedule for teaching? And what is the average cost of a lesson from you?
Well, the easy answer to that is it's very easy to get on my schedule. It's very difficult to get on my schedule within 2 to 3 days of your contact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very flexible, but I'm also back to back busy.
Right.
Most of the time, I'm busy a week out.
Wow, that's
2 weeks out on weekends. Just because there's a lot of activity.
That's not bad.
And
just go to the driving range in the meantime and practice.
Yeah, go to my website, plainandsimplegolf.com. My information's on there. jmsgolflessons@gmail.com is an email address. A text is 812-344-4109. And an average cost is about $60.
Oh, that's really great, actually.
And you can always get through to Jeff from our website, also thoseweekendgolfguys.com, and people will just Jeff at thoseweekendgolfguys.com. Jeff, have yourself a wonderful day. Well, we'll talk to you tomorrow, man, and hopefully we've gotten some sleep. I've been getting up at like 2:30 every morning, Thursday, Friday, watching the Ryder Cup stuff. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and we'll talk about a lot more, too. Thoseweekendgolfguys.com, our website, facebook.com/golfguys. Anytime you want to see us there. Have a good day, Tara. Good day, Jeff. Go play some golf. Bye.
See ya.